Welcome back to another installment of Music Reviews, comprehensive music reviews at that. I'm your host, Nick, and today we're going to be talking about a new track that was just released as of this video being recorded an hour and 39 minutes ago, because this was a song that was just released at midnight on the 12th of January, 2023. Periphery, Wildfire, from their new album soon to come out, Djent is Not a Genre, Periphery V. Comically named title because this song was pretty much Djent. It did Djent. Yes, it did Djent. This was actually quite an interesting track, I will say. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a fan of Periphery. I don't listen to them religiously, I listen to them occasionally, but I definitely am inspired by them. I think that they're definitely an interesting band. I was a fan of their Icarus EP. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't really listen to a whole lot of Periphery though these past couple years. I'm just being honest with you guys. But this song, this was pretty Periphery of them to write. So let's dive right into it. We're gonna stick with the same 5-part outline with how we do all these comprehensive music reviews, and we're just gonna get right into it. So starting off with 5 with an overall review. This song was definitely interesting. If you want a song that is progressive and bounces back and forth all over the place, this is definitely your song, and this is definitely your style. The song is heavy as balls. We're just going to put that out there. It is heavy as balls, absolutely crushing it in the beginning. It just smacks you right in the face and you're going to like it. They did a great job with how they did that there. It absolutely sets the tone for the rest of the track, and they definitely get experimental with it too. They have this one part in the middle of the song that's just like this little jazz break where they do a piano solo and a saxophone solo that on face value doesn't seem like it works, but it works and it actually fits pretty well in the song. It was quite tasteful. Then they have other parts in there that are just all of a sudden like it throws a wrench into their entire rest of the song, and it's like, wow, this gets really chaotic from here. But it's Periphery. That's what you signed up for when you decided to listen to the song. Overall, it's not that crazy of a track, but we need to dive a little bit further into it in order to get a better comprehensive music review. So starting off, the mixing and mastering, very good, very well done, quite tasteful on their mixing. I like the way that they do it. I like the way that they master. The only thing that I would change would be parts on the low end for the guitar tone, but other than that, this track works just perfectly fine as it is. The mixing and mastering is already pretty good. Periphery's always done a really good job with their mixing and mastering anyway, so I mean, like, you know, they had this one in the bag anyway. All the levels and everything balances out really well together. The drums are absolutely fire. They sound great. I have no problem with them. And honestly, the vocals and all that, they balance really well with the mix. It's an honest example of a really good perfect mix. It sounds really good. Even though it's mildly cookie cutter, that's not even that much of a problem. It's Periphery. That's what you want. Looking at it from an actual songwriting perspective and all that, this song, it's definitely written. There's definitely a lot of parts in there that just kind of felt like they were thrown in there near the end of production. I don't know whether or not this was a song they intended to release as a single, or they just kind of were like, well, let's just find one. Oh, here we go. Let's just use Wildfire. Why not? This song is a little bit weird, and for someone who's a first-time Periphery listener, this probably isn't going to be a song they're interested in because of how absolutely chaotic it gets near the end. And I mean, like, seriously, it gets absolutely weird for people. Regardless of that, it's still an absolutely well-written track. Everything's well constructed. The chorus, very interesting note choice and note harmonies that are there, vocally especially. It's very well done as a track. I highly respect their musicianship and their choice to do what they did. I think it's absolutely well done, and I think honestly it fits for them. Even though for me and my style, I tend to be a little bit more of a tech death guy, so I prefer more consistency, you know. Don't get me wrong. I like odd time signatures. I like changing tempos and whatnot mid-song, but this was this was a lot for my simple tech death brain to handle. Let's just say it like that. Regardless of that though, I think this was an absolutely well-written track. When you get down to the actual individual instrumentation, it's just like, wow, that's actually really nicely done. I'm surprised at that. It was really well done. I will just say that for sure. Everything's done really well and everything's played really well, and I don't have a problem with it. The guitar solo is definitely an interesting choice for a guitar solo, but again, it's a Periphery guitar solo. What do you expect? You know, for someone who is definitely a first-time listener for Periphery, it's like, that's going to be interesting. But for someone who's listened to them before, they're going to be like, heck yeah, they're doing it again. Misha has always written really good riffs anyway, so I mean, like, he's just absolutely killing it on this track. They do a really good job with what they do. Now, there were some parts in it that I had to complain about. I have to. Right near the end, they add this orchestra section that they definitely could have done without that. I mean, like, it's a 7-minute and 6-second song, so I feel like that taking that out would have probably saved them about like another 26 seconds. I don't know if it's just going to be something that they play live as they walk off stage because that's their closer for their set. We'll see how that works out. Maybe that's something that they're intending to do. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, who knows when they're going to go on tour, but we'll definitely see how that plays out. Other than that, I have no other complaints with the song. The song is really well done. For an overall review, I would say this song probably gets about a 7.1 out of 10. It's a solid track. It's absolutely well done. It's something that you definitely want to revisit. But overall, it's a pretty good track for Periphery. It's not middle of the road. It stands out. There's definitely some Juggernaut references that are in there, and I think people will appreciate that. I know I definitely did. But I think that they done really well, and I think it's a good choice for a forerunner for their album release. So other than that, this music review is over. Good job, Periphery. You made a pretty darn good song. Now, we do music reviews like this whenever we get the chance to, and whenever there's new music that comes out. We also post drum shorts twice a day on this channel, and we do other long-form videos at least once a week or so. Sometimes a little bit longer than that. It just depends on when I have time, because, you know, I have a day job. Have a great day, guys.